Wholesalers, it is time to man up. It is time to make a change. It is time to take control. How many times have you been told that you can do whatever you want? You can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you feel like in your life. I think a lot of us were told this when we were young, but eventually it turns out when we actually want to do whatever we want, everyone around us doesn't want us to succeed. And it's a little crazy, but it's true. And so you got to understand that they don't want you to win. More specifically, people around you. And you'll find when you get started in wholesaling, real estate, whatever it is, but I think for a lot of people inside of wholesaling, it's like they don't want you to win. They don't want you to have success. They don't want to see you succeed. And how do we deal with this? Well, we have to man up. That is number one. They don't want you to make money. They don't want you to be more successful than them. Everyone that said you can be whatever you want, when it actually comes down to it, right? Everyone can say you can be whatever you want, work hard, you get everywhere, right? Working hard is one of the biggest myths in the wholesaling game that I will expose. Because it turns out that working hard is not the key to success in wholesaling. And I think a lot of people, they see that and they're like, what do you mean? It's like, well, have you ever met like a garbage man, like someone that worked in sanitation? Have you ever met that person? They work really hard. Have you ever met like a nurse? You know, those ladies and guys, they work really hard. Have you ever met a teacher? They work really hard. But most of these people, no offense, they're absolutely broke. They are working paycheck to paycheck. They cannot make the bills work. They cannot make it work at all. But these people work really, really hard. So I guess hard work was never the true answer to success. Think about that. Because the system was always designed for you to work hard. And working hard never meant you made money. It's true, right? Farmers, they work some of the hardest, like they don't make anything. And those people will tell you they can be whatever you want to be, young guy, right? You can be whatever you want, young man. And these are people, they usually tell this to an 8-year-old or 9-year-old because a 9-year-old really can't achieve success yet. So they'll go and tell a 9-year-old that, oh, you can do it, do whatever you want. But when that 9-year-old turns 18 years old, things start to get a little weird. It stops going from you can do anything to live in reality. Like, what's wrong with you? You want to do that? That's unrealistic. And it's really funny when you're a really young kid, people tell you to do whatever you want. But then when you're actually the age to do it, nothing happens. You are actually told that you should not be following your dreams. This is because broke people want to compare themselves to broke people so they can feel better about their circumstances. What I mean by this is, if I'm broke, I can tell an 8-year-old, you know, you can go out here and be an NBA player. You can do it, sonny. But when that person turns 18, say, oh, yeah, man up, you know, go get a real job. You won't be in the NBA because their dreams to be in the NBA was crushed. And if you became an NBA player and a multimillionaire, then they never gave up on their dream, but you gave up on your dream. So now you're going to compare yourself to that. Now you're going to feel like a loser. But if that guy never made in the NBA, he quit, now he works at McDonald's and you're making more than him, you feel good because I'm doing better than Billy. The thing is, broke people really, really compare themselves to people, and they will always be happy with you and try to help you out until you start doing better than them, because then they start feeling bad about themselves. And it's embarrassing. It took me a very long time to understand this. And once I understood this, people to this day, they ask, what do you do for a living? How can you do that? I just, okay, I'm in real estate. That's what I do. I don't get into anything anymore because people really don't care. And genuinely, very few family, there's a decent amount of family members that actually care. But outside of family and very select few friends, it's like, they don't want to hear about me wholesaling. They don't want to hear me being a multimillionaire. They don't. Makes them feel bad because they're broke. And this is just Americans in general. It doesn't benefit them, so they don't care. And honestly, I kind of like it that way, that nobody knows I'm a multimillionaire riding around, right? But the thing is, I kind of unleash the side of me that makes all the money and shows it on social media because I genuinely want to help you get to the same level I've been. Everyone else can't do it. And it's crazy. But I want you to understand in your life, the people around you, they are all probably broke. Therefore, hate to tell you this, but they are never, ever going to want you to succeed. Or they'll never want you to inherit the inherent risk of getting success. I know that sounds crazy, but like with most people, and this is a really long lesson it took me, it's a really hard pill to swallow, but it's true. When you fail, they win. It tells them it's okay to be living paycheck to paycheck. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, it makes them feel okay with their life choices. I'm being completely honest with you. So you really got to remember this. And I know it's very uncomfortable to say, and it's very like rude to me to say this about, but this is an uncomfortable truth I found from the majority of your family and your friends. Now, I'm not saying my majority of my family are my friends, but for most people. Best way I could say it. But for definitely your peers, right? They want validation that they didn't chase their dreams. And so they're going to want you to secretly fail, all of them. Not every specific one, but most of them, right? Anyone that doesn't directly benefit from this, they don't want you to have. Family, your friends, your peers, they want you to be like them. They want you to be in that 9-to-5 box, and you're in that box working the same grind, making the same amount of money. It tells them it's okay. 9-to-5, 2 kids and a wife, peaceful life. And it sounds peaceful until there's an economic situation. You get laid off. Now you got no money. And talks about that. You got to really remember this. To be like them is to struggle, right? Paycheck to paycheck. I think we all know what that's like. It's a struggle. It's a grind. But to not be like them is a different type of struggle. It is still a struggle. Being broke and getting rich has the same type of pain. It both hurts. It both don't feel good. But the thing about being rich or working to be rich is that pain goes away after like 2 or 3 years. That pain of being broke, that sting will always be there. There'll be a scar when you're rich and being broke, but the scars heal and don't hurt no more. But the thing about it is the sting and the pain of getting rich and becoming successful, it hurts a lot more than the sting of being broke. But that sting of being broke is a long burn. It's like, would you rather have this persistent knee pain for 3 years straight, like excruciating, but after that, the rest of your life, you have no more knee pain? Would you rather have like a slight ache on your knee for the rest of your life? Which one do you choose? Most people choose the 3 years of pain and then get it over with, right? But the thing is, everyone chooses that because there's a guarantee that there'll be no pain at the end. The sad part about entrepreneurship, the sad part about being a wholesaler is that pain of wholesale, like that pain, it's not guaranteed it'll ever go away. And because there's no 100% guarantee, most people will not go through the whole thing. And so how do we maximize our chance of success here? I'll tell you this. You just have to take control directly of what you can control and get rich. Now, I've said this time and time again, but I'll keep continuing to saying this. But I've never met, I said this on my Discord call, and I've been waiting for someone to prove me wrong. I've never met a man that has put his complete all into something and not achieved it. That is within the realm of physics. Oh God, I've never seen a man jump 100 feet in the air with no tools or just by himself. Okay, fine. Like we can get in the, I've never seen a man lift 6,000 pounds with his pinky. Like we get crazy, but like I'm talking about things that are within the human realm of existence. I've never seen a man put his entirety into something and not get it. And here's where everyone says, well, actually, no. Let's talk about this, okay? My uncle put his all into being an MBA and he never made the MBA. Okay, let's talk about what your entirety is. Because we're really going to get into this. But like, I always use Kobe Bryant as an example. Did you practice more than Kobe Bryant? I always ask if someone, I tried to be in the NBA and didn't get it. I'm like, well, did you practice more than Kobe? They're like, well, what did Kobe do? Like an hour a day? I did an hour a day. I'm like, no, Kobe did 6 hours a day, 6 days a week since he was like 6 or 7 years old. Did you do that? No. Well, why not? Well, I had schoolwork. Well, he found a way around it. And the funniest thing about it, I know it sounds insane. I know it sounds insanity, but like it's absolutely true. If you put like your all into it, I promise you, you can achieve whatever you want. Now, this is a speech everyone says to the 6-year-old, but like when you're 18, I'm the only one who's still telling you this because I got to the other side of that. Now, I don't like using sports analogies for this because sports is a 50-50 struggle. Sports is honestly 50% God-given ability and 50% like hard work. Because you could do all the hard work, and if you don't have that God-given ability of athleticism, some just people aren't born with it, you're going to be average. I know that sucks, but like this is just the reality of life. You are dealt with a card. The cool part about business and entrepreneurship and things that involve your mind, not your body, is unless you were born with some intellectual disability to process information, dyslexia, something like something that really will affect your motor skills of using your brain, like easily, you don't really need to work harder than the average person. If you just kind of just do the work, it gets done. Now, obviously, if you have dyslexia, something like that, right, you probably got to work twice as hard as the average person. Do I want to give you a handicap or make you cry about it? No, I know it sucks, but like, that's life. But the thing about it is, if you put your effort into something with your brain about business, you're going to do it. I don't know one person that put his all into something and it failed. Outside of like a crazy hedge fund, like you did a crazy like business risk on like a stock and it went to nothing. You try to short it, but like that's the thing about wholesaling. I don't know one wholesaler that put his all into wholesaling and didn't get it. Like they worked 14 hours a day for like 3 years straight and didn't become a millionaire. Like it doesn't happen in wholesale. Like if you do it, it happens. If you have the ambition, if you're just crazy enough, you always get rich. Every wholesaler that put their all into has always gotten rich. And when I say they're all, like it's 14, 15 hours a day. I'm not telling you need to put 14, 15 hours a day, but like if you're telling me you've tried everything, that's my favorite one. I tried everything, Zach. I tried everything to get rich. Everything. Please tell me what you did approximately yesterday from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And please go into detail about everything you've done. If I see less than 14 hours in there, I'm not going to go with your, I did everything. You didn't do everything, my guy. No. You did not. Okay. So it is time to do some mental calibration. Okay. It sounded like, okay, man up. Let's take control of 2025. Let's kind of get a little mental reset here. Okay. Number one, pain and regret is inevitable when you're broke. The cool part is when you're rich, there's only pain. Oh, let's go back here. Pain and regret is inevitable if you're broke. This means it's going to hurt being broke. And also you're going to regret being broke. You're going to regret your decision of not going after your dreams. The cool about when you're rich is you don't really have regrets. You still have the pain of building it up, the pain of just struggling. But the thing is, when you're chasing your dream, you don't regret not chasing your dream because you are chasing the dream. There's no regret there. That's the really cool part about it. And so it's technically less painful to go after your dreams. Now you got to remember, if you are losing right now, right, you're not getting deals, you're not becoming successful the way that you believe you should be, right? Why is that? Well, you're losing because you're choosing the wrong things to focus on versus the right things. So it's where we kind of got to go back on the right side of things, right? Every man, every wholesaler has the same 24 hours in a day. Now, I don't think we can argue about this, but like everyone's got the same 24 hours. I love telling people, I get up at 3 a.m. I'm like, that is the stupidest thing in wholesaling I've ever heard in my entire life. Are you calling a seller at 3 a.m.? Oh no, I meditate for 2 hours in the morning. Wait, what? I have legit wholesalers telling me this. They get up at 3 a.m. and meditate for 2 hours. You spend 2 hours meditating. You spend 2 hours meditating. Like, yeah. And I'm like, bro, what? I mean, like, I love meditating. I love yoga. Love working out. That stuff's all good. But I'll be honest with you. Meditating for 2 hours is just as productive as scrolling on TikTok and watching cat videos for 2 hours. There's no income producing activities from either thing. And your health is not going to be completely way better from meditating for 2 hours, maybe meditating 15, 20 minutes, fine. But 2 hours is insane. Don't get me started with the bodybuilders who work out for 3 hours a day and wonder why they're still broke. It's like, bro, just work out 1 hour a day, spend the 2 hours doing something productive. It'd be better to wake up at 7 a.m., get some food, get some coffee, maybe work out, then at 9, start hitting the phones. And you hit the phones till like 8 p.m. Those 2 hours can be spent sleeping, so you have energy. Because I promise you, you get up at 3 a.m. If you get up at 3 a.m., by the time you're at a 6 p.m. cold call, you're dead. Like you do not. The reason why in college I was not a 2 a.m., 3, 4 a.m. guy was because I was cold calling till 7 p.m. I was closing sellers till 8. You are not on your A game at 8 o'clock if you got up at 4 a.m. because you're supposed to go to bed at 8. You're being dead. Okay? So I think a lot of people really don't value that too much. It's insane. It's just insane to me. So what I've personally found is roughly the real difference between the winners and losers in wholesaling is about 6 hours. I found 6 hours a day is the real separator between the winners and the losers in wholesaling real estate. And what I mean by this is, let's say you have a full-time job, okay? 30 minutes to drive there, 30 minutes to get home, lunch break, whatever it is, right? Call it 9 hours at the job. I recommend everyone gets at least 8 hours of sleep. Sleep's pretty important for your health and for your mental clarity. You get paid with your brain, so you want to make sure you're doing good, right? Okay, cool. So 8 hours of sleep, and then why did I put 1 hour? I think I put 1 hour eating. I don't know. Let's eat for an hour, work out for an hour, whatever it is, right? Put an extra hour for working out and whatever, right? That's about 17 hours. 17 minus the 24 hours we get in a day means we have 6 extra hours after everything. Wait, that is 7 hours. Let's do 2 hours of other stuff. Let's do 2 hours. Okay, cool. 19, that's 5. What is wrong with me today? Hold on, let me do the math real quick. 20, yeah. Why am I tripping out right now? 24 minus 18 is 6. There we go. That's what I thought. 2 hours, 18. There we go. There we go. 2 hours for working out, eating, whatever, farting, I don't know. Okay? That leaves us around 6 hours extra. Now, most people in those 6 hours, they'll spend half of that on their phone. Just being straight up with you. Most still have 4 or 5 hours of screen time on your phone a day. So that is number one issue. Okay. The other half is like, you guys are just doing stupid things. Like straight up distractions. Now, what I'll tell everyone is 99% of your problems that are in your control, right? So look at the problems in your life. The ones that are outside of your control, you really can't control them. And I'm not going to tell you not to worry about them, but like, if you can't control it, it's going to be really tough to worry about it. Like it's pretty stupid. Still, you can worry about it, but it will not do you much justice to be constantly worrying about it. But all the problems in your life, pretty much, will always, that's in your control, is always going to come from how you look and how your bank account looks, if you're just a younger person. And what I mean by this is if you're fat and lazy and you're broke, most of your problems, your life will just get significantly better by being ripped and being rich. I know it's funny to say, but like, I promise you, a lot of your problems will go away. So, just being honest. You know, you got lady problems that like, and I know many rich, ripped people are having a problem with the ladies. And I get DMs from you guys all about all your problems in life. I'm like, well, why don't you just get rich? That'll solve most of it. But I also thought like, well, getting ripped would be help too. Like being severely obese ain't going to be good either. So what I've personally found is going out here and making a change in your life is the first thing you can do. Now, I'll be honest with you. First part is haters. Alexander says pre-recorded infomercial. How do I pop up a live comment and how is this not real? Here's the thing, Alexander Almonte. I would love to invite you. Here's a streamer link, my guy, and I would love to see your name on here. How about I show you the last 4 days of HUDs, and I want to see the last 4 days of bank account statements from you, and we can see who we should listen to. I'm not really trying to be a jerk, but the thing is, if you're listening to a multimillionaire, one of the top wholesalers in the industry, no ego involved, I'm just telling you, I would love to hear what you have to bring to the table. If you are broke and you are complaining that somebody is spitting the knowledge out to you of how to become rich, you have to have some crazy, like, dude, you have to have some crazy knowledge that we're talking about. Maybe it's a billionaire on here, right? I don't know. But here's the thing. Let's talk about haters. We talked about haters in the beginning, right? People not wanting you to succeed. Nobody who wants you to, somebody that doesn't want you to succeed, they will always make less money than you. It's pretty much a fact. So when I see Alexander on here, pre-recorded infomercial. Last thing I would like to ask Alexander, if he would be so kind for me, please let me know what info am I selling. Infomercials, I'm selling something. I'm selling information. That's what an infomercial is. Please, Alexander, please tell me, please, what information am I selling you here? Do I have a course I'm selling you? Do I have a mentorship I'm selling you? I'd love to know because I got nothing to sell you here. So it's still crazy. I just want to let you know, guys, I can give millions of dollars a game absolutely for free. I cannot sell you. Guys, I cannot sell a wholesale course. I don't even sell a wholesaling course and people still hate that I'm giving it out for free. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then, there's people who sell courses that hate on me, but it's just like, well, you have to push me down. So when people try to buy your course, you say, well, you see, I pushed them down. That's why you got to go with me. Like, obviously you have an incentive for me to do bad. So that's why you're going to hate on me or, do some defamatory thing against me because it's like, well, I got to keep selling my course. And if I bring him down, then maybe I can sell more coaching. Well, I don't blame someone that sells a wholesaling program saying something mean to me. Like, that's just, dogs are going to bark. Like if you're selling a wholesale program, of course you're going to be hating on me. But he's stumped. He ain't going to comment. Here's the thing I want everyone to know. All right. I invite anyone to make a hate comment, whatever on me, right? As long as you don't sell some stupid $14,000 wholesaling program, I'd probably acknowledge it. And I'd love to have a conversation about any hate comment, any actual criticism of me. Outside of you selling a $14,000 wholesaling program, because I'm your number one objection. If you try to sell a $14,000 wholesaling program, your number one objection is, well, Zach teaches it for free. So of course you're trying to bring me down every moment. People literally plot my demise every single morning when they get up. It's crazy. But the thing about you, Alexander, is I have the balls to come out here and give all my information for free. When you could steal all this stuff and get rich in my own market, and you could steal my information and sell a wholesale program. Alexander, you put your name on it, so I'd love to see your balls, if you got any. And I'd love for you to I have a streamer link. I've invited every single hater I've ever encountered to go talk to me to my face, and please tell me to my face this stuff. Most hate comes from no information. You tell me I'm selling info, I got nothing to sell you. But as we talked about from haters in the beginning, they don't want you to succeed. That's all I can tell you. Jeez, man, drives me crazy. But yeah, guys, I'll acknowledge any hate comment, any hater, as long as you don't sell a $14,000 wholesaling program. But the problem is all the haters all sell $14,000 wholesaling program. It's crazy to me. A lot of people think I'm talking about one person. Got 100 people trying to sell you a stupid program. It's crazy. So let's talk about, again, the pain of being broke. If you're like Alexander, You're always going to be hating on people because you're broke living in your mama's basement. And you're going to continue hating because there's not many people rich on a yacht that go in people's comment section and say, oh, this is terrible. Rich people don't have time for that. When's the last time I've commented on someone's thing saying that you sucked? I don't know the last time I've done it. Even when I was broke, I never went on somebody's live stream and said, oh, you suck. You're terrible. Oh, I hate you. Because I was too busy getting to the bag. And so, just being honest. So again, every man is 24 hours. Alexander chooses to hate. Crazy to me. But think about this. If we just focus on 3 things, eating right, working out, and wholesaling and making offers on properties, our life's going to get way better. Now, it's the 6 hours of distractions that will actually bankrupt you. This is the thing that's actually going to make you suck. It's actually going to make you not succeed. It's actually going to make you lose in this business. Okay? So think about it. The average millennial or Gen Z, Gen Alpha, we got all these new generations, right? If I put you on a white wall, right? So let's stare at this wall. If I told a 19-year-old, go stare at that wall for 2 hours, they would last 14 seconds. They'd go, huh? How do I scroll up? But like the average 19-year-old cannot stare at a wall for 2 hours. They can't do it. They physically, it's not even possible for them to do it. Like their little like teenage eyes can't do it. The dopamine receptors are so fried in their brains that they physically can't do it, right? If you have a 40-year-old and say, stare at that wall for 2 hours, they're not going to be happy about it. But if they had to do it, they could do it. Like the dopamine in their brain, the receptors are not fried to a crisp. Okay? It's crazy. And the thing about this is teenagers will not spend 2 hours staring at a wall because that's boring. There's nothing, right? But oh my gosh, give you a phone, you will watch like cat videos for 2 hours straight. It's insane. Like you always want some pleasure from it, right? It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Okay? So the thing is, okay, same thing with food, eating right. I'm not kidding. This is Zach's like one sentence of like, all right, am I talking about countries here? Here we go. Let me give Zach's one little slide of diet advice. Eat broccoli, eat rice, and eat plain chicken. Okay, eat a pound of chicken a day, white rice, and broccoli. Maybe put some hot sauce in there, nothing else, right? If you have that in a bowl and you say, usually an obese person, I'm not making fun if you're obese, right? Let's try to make a change, right? An overweight person will see that and say, I don't want that. But they say, I'm hungry. You give it to them, they say, I don't want that. I promise you, you don't feed them for 3 days. You give them that same bowl, they'll eat that up. And one piece of advice I learned very, very young from bodybuilders and like really like buff people, they always say, like, if you will not eat chicken and rice, you are not hungry enough. And as somebody, I promise you this, that in high school wrestling, I did a lot of weight cutting, not eat for like 2 or 3 days. And I've done a lot of fasts too. A plain boiled chicken with a little bit of salt is like a steak at Nobu in Malibu. It is the greatest thing in the entire world. You are foaming at the mouth just eating that thing. And my diet advice for everybody is, if you just want to eat plain chicken and rice with broccoli, you're not hungry enough. And that you're not hungry, you're bored. I know this is like crazy to say, okay? Okay, I know this is crazy to say, but like generally, just eat only really healthy food. And I promise you, you want to go eat something else, like it won't happen. Just eat chicken and rice. And if you don't want, I don't feel like it. Oh, then don't eat dinner. Wake up the next day, you'll eat that thing up. That's and don't put butter on it. Don't go put your 5 gallons of olive oil and 17 pounds of cheese. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. They're just plain chicken and rice. Oh, wow. And now we're getting, season your chicken. No, don't season your chicken. Okay? Most of y'all got too high blood pressure. I'm just being honest with you. No. If you have to season your chicken, then you're not hungry enough. Seasoning won't add calories, will add blood pressure. Salt is another thing on there. I'm telling you, we're not. And so if you want to make a change, just start focusing on that. But really get to work. Like that. That is the focus on everything. That is it. Focus on that. Now, here's the truth about wholesaling. Though I'm more adept to talk about wholesaling than dieting, but I will tell you this: more sellers you talk to by doing more calls will lead you to make more money. I think this is pretty standard stuff. And now let me give one more diet advice. And I'll put myself out on a limb because this is my personal channel, so I can say whatever I want. If you do a TDEE calculator, all right, and you roughly can figure out how many days a week you work out, it could tell you roughly what your maintenance calories roughly is. If you do 500 calories less than that a day, you will most likely lose weight. And what I mean by this is people's weight, and I don't care what you want to say, and I would love a dietitian in the comments. Please tell me if I'm wrong. But if your maintenance calories is 2,000 calories and you eat 1,500 calories a day, over a month, you will, I guarantee you, you will lose weight. And whoever tells me, oh, well, my metabolism, you don't understand. If you eat 500 calories below your maintenance calories, I don't care if you're a male, female, or whatever you want to identify at. I could care less. Whatever you want, whatever word makes you feel good about yourself. If your maintenance calories is this and it's 500 below it, you will lose weight. That is diet advice 101. I'm not talking about muscles. I'm just talking about losing weight. If you're obese, 500 calories below. Well, you have to eat carbs and you have to eat protein. Dude, stop. Just do that. Now, the same works for wholesaling real estate. I know it sounds crazy. We don't need to do no calorie tracking on this one, though. This is why I like wholesaling. It's easier. I can guarantee you, if you can make 3,000 phone calls a month, you will get a deal if it's a government list. Well, it's like, what do you mean? 3,000 calls. So let's do the numbers. Let's do 3,000 divided by 25 working days in the month. That's 120 calls a day. If you made 120 calls a day with at least a 15% contact rate, if you add driving for dollars, you'll do even better. Okay, you'll do even better than me. All right. But here's the thing. I just gave you the prescription. I told you how many calories of wholesaling to do, right? I told you 120 calls, all government lists and or drawing for dollars. You will get a wholesaling deal. You get at least one wholesaling deal this year. I guarantee it. But here's the problem. Same thing with dieting, same thing with wholesaling. I was eating only 1,400 calories. Did you track the calories? No, I went to McDonald's. I got a double quarter pounder and I ate that, and I thought it was like 100 calories. And then I ate some ice cream. It was like 2 scoops, and that was like 20 calories. And then I had a Coca-Cola, that was 0 calories, by the way. And then I had a bowl of mac and cheese. I didn't read the label. I just made the thing, and I 100 calories, and it was about 1,200 calories. And I put 17 sticks of butter in there, and butter, I don't know, 20 calories each. Here's the thing about it. Like, if you want to be really good about your calories, you have to like calculate everything to a T to actually know what you want. Same thing with wholesaling. The funniest thing is when I started like really researching this stuff hard, the correlation's perfect. I cold called a lot today. Did he track how much you cold called? No. Here's the thing. People who don't track their calories and they start losing a bunch of weight, they're eating below what they had to do. And the people getting hand over fist deals and not tracking their calls, they're doing enough calls. But the people that are not hitting their goals, it's most likely because you're not tracking it. Because I guarantee you, if you are tracking 120 calls, which you're going to have a 20% contact rate, so let's do the math, 120 times 0.2, you're getting at least 30 pickups, 25, 30 pickups in a day. I promise you, you're going to get leads and deals. But the people that just don't track it don't get any good results. That's it. Y'all go to a restaurant and it's 200 calories. Yeah, right. So they throw butter on everything in a restaurant, right? But the thing is, you just have to track it. And if you track it over a long enough time horizon, you'll start seeing a correlation to your success. But the problem is, just like Americans, why we're all stupid, like we're all stupidly fat and we're all stupidly broke, it's because we cannot track our numbers. Because I'm not asking you to day trade and like get good with the trade and get lucky. I'm talking like things that just correlate your success with the amount of work you do. The more sellers, the more deals, the more offers you make. It's really that simple. My favorite wholesaler, my favorite archetype of people to coach are broke bodybuilders. They are my absolute favorite people to wholesale with because they know calorie tracking to a, I had 14 carbs and then I had 6 of the grams and I put 6.245 protein in there and I put a milliliter of that. You know, they're all like they're all little Albert Einsteins with calculating their macros and their calories. But when it comes to cold, am I cold calling enough? It's a lot of cold calling. I'm like, I literally tell bodybuilders, I'm like, treat your macros as your KPIs. Become obsessed with it and track it every single day. You want to eat, I said, you want to eat 400 grams of fat in a day? Of course not. I'm like, okay. We're going on. I always tell bodybuilder guys, I'm like, we're going on a KPI bulk. You know, how many calories do you eat when you bulk? Oh, I eat 4,000 calories when I bulk. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to bulk on our marketing. We're going to do 400 calls a day on a triple line dialer. We're going on wholesaling steroids. We're going on a triple line dialer. Okay, then we're getting crazy. And as much as Juan's right about all the processed foods in America, I'll tell you this, as much processed foods as we have, if you track your calories, you're still going to lose weight. Don't want to hear about it. I still don't want to hear about it. Okay? Literally, in my city, one of the top bodybuilders, Chris Bumstead, lives where I live. He was eating American food, and he's still the best bodybuilder of all time. Outside of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger's American, but like Chris Bumstead's like 2025, like jack dude, and he can deal with the American diet. So think about that for a second. Guys, stop giving yourself excuses. I know everyone gives each other excuses. And don't get me started about the I don't know myth. Oh, I don't know how to eat my calories. I don't know how to track it. I don't know how to cold call. I don't know how much to cold. The information is out there. Again, everybody knows. Freewholesaling.com is where I teach how to wholesale real estate. Freewholesaling.com. Again, let me write it here just in case y'all forgot. It is literally, there we go. Freewholesaling.com. Literally teach you how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free. Freewholesaling.com. It's my free wholesale community. Got over 18,500 people in there. We all can hang out, talk, and say what's up, and we can all go through the free course in there. But here's the problem. Most people, Chris Bumstead's from Canada, but he actually lives in my city. I've seen him 5 times. He's a cool dude. I've actually worked out at the same gym he worked out at before he made his own gym. But yeah, look it up. Chris Bumstead living in Florida. It's crazy. I'm no joke. I'm walking down the street. I'm like, what in the world? That dude is massive. And he's like wearing a huge shirt too. And I'm like, why is everyone taking pictures of this guy? And it's pretty crazy, right? But okay, freewholesaling.com is where you learn how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free. Now the thing is, it's not I don't know how to wholesale. You guys already know. So I'll end this as any egoistic alpha male type guy will say, stop being a crybaby and get rich. But the reason I can tell you that is because I'm actually giving you actionable steps. Now, this is at the Be a Man Alpha Male infomercial where I tell you, join the tribe and give me $16,000 on a credit card. Join our call or discovery, whatever, and hop on and hop on and join the community for 14 grand. No, I teach it all for free. Send me a wholesale deal. I can make probably 20 grand on a deal with you guys. So I think it's a little better, and you get to learn for free. So the last thing I can leave everybody on is nobody else is literally nobody's going to cheer you on this come up journey that you're about to go on. You're about to go on some crazy, awesome, massive come up right now. You're really going to be on this come up. It's awesome. It's sick. It's amazing. But I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody in your vicinity is going to cheer you on. Now, your peers at wholesaling.com are always going to cheer you on. That's pretty cool. But I'll be honest with you, no one's going to cheer you on here. But they're all going to cheer you on when you pay the bill, when you become rich and successful. They're all going to ask you to go pay for something. Oh, go take me out here. They'll all ask you for the gifts and all these things once you're successful. But they'll never cheer you on the way up there. And I know it sounds crazy to say, but you don't even have to keep tabs on the people that don't or do want you to succeed when you're coming, because you don't know any of them. Trust me, that it's easy to count the people that cheered you on the way up, because you don't even have to think about the ones that didn't cheer on you, because there's way more. It'd be really hard to count the people not cheering you on. It's insane. So guys, if you want to become successful, join the free wholesale community, freewholesaling.com. It's right here, freewholesaling.com, and you can learn exactly how to do it, step by step. That's it. It's insane. All you have to do is just go to freewholesaling.com and learn how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free.